Friday, May 8th. The Mythos ARC closes. 3 more labs sign with CAISI. All 5 U.S. AI labs now under federal pre-release testing. White House executive order in 2 weeks. OpenAI drops a voice trio. Trial day 9 flips to Musk's witnesses. Anthropic commits $200 billion to Google Cloud. Let's begin. Mythos ARC closes this week. CAISI, the Center for AI Standards and Innovation, the DOC and NIST unit, just signed agreements with 3 new labs: Google DeepMind, Microsoft, xAI. Pre-deployment evaluations of frontier AI models. The full lineup is now complete. OpenAI and Anthropic signed first-of-their-kind CAISI agreements in 2024. With today's 3 additions, all 5 major U.S. AI labs are now under federal pre-release testing. OpenAI, Anthropic, Google DeepMind, Microsoft, xAI. There's no major U.S. lab outside the program. The scope: pre-deployment evaluations of frontier capabilities, risk areas, cybersecurity, biosecurity, chemical weapons. Adversarial assessments, probing for unexpected behaviors, misuse pathways, failure modes. And one detail nobody's putting in the headline: developers frequently hand over versions of their models with safety guardrails stripped so CAISI can probe for national security risks. White House executive order incoming. Per Bloomberg, Kevin Hassett, National Economic Council Director, confirmed Tuesday that the White House is drafting an executive order to make AI model vetting mandatory. Hassett's framing: testing requirements would, quote, really quite likely, end quote, apply to all AI companies. And the process would work, quote, like an FDA drug approval. Trigger named explicitly: Anthropic's Mythos. Timeline: 1 or more AI executive orders likely signed in the next 2 weeks. We've been tracking this since episode 3. Mythos surfaced in March. Anthropic launched Claude Security with Mythos as the named catalyst. Pentagon excluded Anthropic, citing supply chain risk. Anthropic routed compute through SpaceX as a side door. Today the ARC closes. The single Anthropic model that triggered the regulatory question has produced a system-wide policy response. The new normal: CAISI tests before frontier models ship. Big labs already used to it. Smaller labs and startups will feel the friction. The regulatory moat moment, on the table, in the next 2 weeks. That's the policy side. Now the product side. OpenAI dropped 3 voice models yesterday.
OpenAI dropped 3 voice models into the Realtime API yesterday: GPT Realtime 2, GPT Realtime Translate, GPT Realtime Whisper. Realtime 2 is the headline. GPT 5-class reasoning over voice. Calls multiple tools at once while keeping the user informed. Adjusts speaking style depending on the situation. And the behavioral detail: it can say short phrases like, quote, let me check that, end quote, while it works. First voice model shipped with an explicit thinking affordance. Realtime Translate covers 70 input languages and 13 output languages. Real-time translation as a primitive. Realtime Whisper streams transcription live in the same API. Context window jumps from 32,000 to 128,000 tokens, 4 times bigger. Single biggest limitation for voice agents resolved. Customer numbers: real, not pitched. Zillow: call success rates plus 26 points in production. Deutsche Telekom: piloting multilingual support at scale. Pricing: $32 per million audio input tokens, $64 per million output. Live today, all 3.
Across the country. Oakland. Musk versus Altman, day 9. The witness slate flipped. 3 witnesses today, all called by Musk's legal team, all suggesting OpenAI strayed from its mission. First, Rosie Campbell, former OpenAI safety employee, insider perspective on safety culture. Second, Natasha McCauley, former OpenAI board member, joined November 2018. She voted to fire Altman in 2023. Her video deposition played for the jury. Direct quote: the board had, quote, buckets of concerns about Altman's leadership. resistance to oversight, lies, concerns being expressed by senior leadership, end quote. Strongest direct attack on Altman's stewardship to date. Third witness, David Scheiser, former dean of Columbia Law School, expert witness on nonprofit governance, testified on customary practices for nonprofits with for-profit subsidiaries. The legal frame witness. Sam Altman testifies the week of May 11th, 3 court days from now.
Quick number. Anthropic committed $200 billion to Google Cloud over 5 years starting 2027. The information reported at Tuesday, Bloomberg and Reuters confirmed by midweek. $200 billion is more than 40% of Google Cloud's entire $462 billion backlog. And the math works because Anthropic's annual run rate just hit $30 billion, up from $9 billion 4 months ago. 3 times growth in a quarter. Same week as the SpaceX Colossus deal, Anthropic is buying compute from everyone with capacity. Quick XAI tally. Grok Imagine Quality Mode goes live as an API. Photorealistic image generation. Grok connectors land in the web interface. Google Workspace and Outlook. XAI also signed CAISI today, per the lead. 3 things shipping in 1 week. Calendar pin, 12 days out. Tuesday, May 20th. NVIDIA prints last Mag 7 March quarter earnings. Google I/O Day 2. Meta's 8,000 layoffs take effect. 1 Tuesday. 3 flashpoints. Friday, May 8th. The Mythos arc closes. All 5 major U.S. labs now under federal CAISI testing. White House executive order in 2 weeks. OpenAI dropped a voice trio with 128K context. Trial day 9 flipped to Musk's witnesses. Buckets of concerns about Altman. Anthropic committed $200 billion to Google Cloud. ARR now at $30 billion. Sam Altman on the stand May 11th. See you Monday.